Cindy Pierce, Sexploitation, Helping Kids Develop Healthy Sexuality in a Porn-Driven World. In today's hyper-connected world, raising children with a healthy understanding of sexuality amidst an overwhelming exposure to pornography and distorted sexual portrayals has become more crucial and challenging than ever. Sexploitation, Helping Kids Develop Healthy Sexuality in a Porn-Driven World by Cindy Pierce is a navigational manual for parents aiming to foster an ongoing, honest dialogue about sex from an early age. This book debunks the notion of the talk as a singular, high-pressure event, advocating instead for a continuous, open line of communication. From correctly naming body parts with young children to addressing more intricate issues like consent, relationships, and the pervasive influence of pornography, Pierce provides invaluable insights. This summary dives into how parents can empower their kids to navigate a complex sexual landscape while cultivating respect, understanding, and healthy relationships.
Navigating the sex talk. When it comes to discussing sex with your children, the key is to keep an open dialogue from early childhood. Don't wait for a single milestone to address everything about puberty or body changes. Instead, integrate conversations into everyday life from the moment your child starts speaking. This approach reduces the pressure of the talk and creates an environment where children feel free and open to ask questions as they grow. Begin by using correct terminology for body parts, like penis, vagina, and breasts, even with toddlers. Avoid euphemisms to help remove any sense of shame or confusion. By first grade, introduce simple explanations about sex and reproduction, ensuring your child hears factual information from you rather than elsewhere. Discuss how babies are made and acknowledge diverse family structures, different sexual relationships, and alternatives like IVF or adoption, framing these discussions in a supportive and age-appropriate manner to counter the easy availability of explicit content elsewhere. Everyday activities, like bath time, offer perfect teachable moments. Use these to talk about personal boundaries and consent, reminding children to respect each other's space and reinforcing that their bodies belong to them. If curiosity leads to touching, explain that exploring one's body is normal but private. The example you set is as vital as your words. Families may vary widely in comfort levels with nudity and discussions around sex, and that's okay. Whether you're someone who embraces nakedness at home or prefers more privacy, the important part is your demeanor. If your child accidentally sees you naked or catches a glimpse of intimacy, remain calm and unashamed, reassuring them with your relaxed attitude that the human body is natural and nothing to be embarrassed about. Ultimately, maintaining this kind of ongoing, candid dialogue prepares your children to approach their own developing sexuality with knowledge, confidence, and respect. This proactive approach encourages them to seek guidance from you on more intricate issues as they mature, cultivating an atmosphere of trust and openness within the family. Navigating teen sex talks. Engaging in discussions about sex with your teens doesn't have to be daunting. If you've introduced this topic early, continuing those talks as they grow older feels natural. But if you're starting now, don't worry, it's never too late. Begin by being honest, explain to your children that while you intended to shield them by not discussing sex earlier, you've realized the importance of changing this approach. Seize every chance to introduce these talks, using media like song lyrics or scenes in films to naturally lead into discussions. Ask thought-provoking questions such as what a lyric might imply about a sex act or whether a movie scene depicted healthy sexual behavior. Establish a positive tone by reassuring your kids that these conversations aim to ensure they have healthy and enjoyable sexual experiences. Understand that just as with introducing new foods during infancy, they'll initially resist but will eventually open up over time. It's crucial not to limit these discussions to the physical mechanics, delve into broader topics like relationships, sexual identity, protection, and even pornography. This helps address the full spectrum of their curiosities and concerns. You don't have to navigate these conversations alone. Augment your discussions with books and online resources, consult with healthcare professionals, and support comprehensive sex education programs in schools. Lastly, embrace the unique opportunity that car rides offer for these conversations. Teens can focus on the road and avoid direct eye contact, providing a less intimidating environment for these essential talks, even if it makes them squirm in their seats. Navigating porn culture. In today's world, pornography is influencing young minds in ways never seen before. It's imperative to have conversations about porn with your young adult children, even if it seems daunting. The reality is that most youths encounter porn early, with the average age being just 11 for boys in the US. At such a formative stage, they lack the sexual experience or maturity to discern healthy preferences, often allowing porn to shape their understanding of sex. Boys, in particular, often link their first experiences of masturbation with porn, leading them to witness thousands of explicit acts before their first real-life sexual encounter. These encounters are typically marked by rapidity, excitement, and often aggression, elements rarely aligned with the essence of real intimacy. Analyses of porn content reveal that a staggering 88% showcase aggression, including physical and verbal abuse, misleading youths into accepting these as pleasurable norms in sexual relationships. This misalignment extends to women portrayed as desiring quick penetration that deviates markedly from reality, potentially skewing young people's expectations and pressures around sex. Beyond behavior, porn also distorts body image. Female performers frequently possess enhanced attributes, with actresses often sporting augmented breasts and surgically modified labia, which can lead girls to feel inadequate. Male performers similarly represent an exaggerated norm, with enlarged genitalia setting unrealistic standards for boys. Grooming habits depicted in porn, like hairless genitals and bleached anuses, further push these unrealistic standards. Despite these distorted portrayals, young people still express a strong desire for respectful and satisfying relationships. Interviews with college-age men indicate a prevalent aspiration for meaningful and harmonious sexual experiences, suggesting a capacity to separate porn fantasy from reality. However, reaching this understanding can be laden with confusion and feelings of inadequacy. Parental controls and restrictions are insufficient in curbing exposure, as complete isolation from porn is nearly impossible. Therefore, fostering honest and open dialogues is essential. By situating porn amidst a spectrum of healthy sexual behaviors and encouraging the use of imagination and self-discovery, parents can guide their children towards navigating their desires responsibly. Navigating hookup culture. As your children venture into high school or college, their encounters with sex and hookup culture will shift from mere conversation topics to real-life experiences. In this culture, casual sexual encounters without the commitment become the norm. While these experiences might be seen as a rite of passage, they come with significant risks, such as heavy drinking and drug use that can impair judgment and undermine the concept of consent. Hookups can be part of healthy sexual development, but they must be navigated wisely. Teaching your kids about consent is crucial. Move beyond the basic idea of no means no to instill the principle of enthusiastic consent. This means that both parties clearly express a desire to engage in any sexual act, and they must feel excited and comfortable doing so. Your children should also be empowered to withhold consent if they have any reservations about the situation. Hookups frequently leave many young people, both boys and girls, feeling unfulfilled and disconnected. Despite a higher likelihood of achieving climax, many boys and men still find the experience lacking. Meanwhile, girls and women often struggle to reach orgasm during these encounters. It's vital to educate your children about the nuances of female orgasm, understanding that women generally take longer to climax and require specific stimulation, such as foreplay and clitoral attention. These realities contrast sharply with the often unrealistic portrayals of sex in pornography, which seldom depict the essential components for female pleasure. True sexual satisfaction commonly arises from established intimacy, where partners know and trust each other enough to explore and communicate their desires openly. Encourage your children to value intimacy, connection, and communication, and to understand their importance for a mutually enjoyable sexual experience. Reinforce the critical practice of safe sex, ensuring they always use condoms during hookups to prevent STIs, even if other contraceptive methods are in place. Discussing porn, hookup culture, and sex might seem daunting, but it presents a positive opportunity to build a deeper, honest connection with your children. By tackling these complex topics head-on, you guide them through a critical phase of their development, equipping them with the knowledge and values needed for safe and satisfying sexual experiences.
Cindy Pierce's Sexploitation emphasizes the importance of ongoing, candid conversations between parents and their children regarding sexuality, ensuring these discussions evolve with the child's age and understanding. The book highlights that starting these dialogues early instills comfort and openness, essential traits for when topics become more complex in adolescence and beyond. By addressing the impact of pornography, debunking myths, and promoting enthusiastic consent and safe practices, Pierce articulates a clear strategy for nurturing informed and respectful relationships. This guide serves as a parental roadmap, steering through the intricacies of sex education in a world inundated with misleading sexual cues, ultimately striving to build a foundation of trust and understanding that empowers young adults to form their own healthy sexual identities.